He's with Converse right now. His contract expires in September. He is the next star in line to receive a signature shoe deal. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander will have a new sneaker shoe deal.
I love this.
Whether it's at Converse or elsewhere.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He is the next superstar in line for a signature shoe deal. We got to break this down. If you've been living under a rock, Shai, this guy is the truth and a half. He is in a lot of people's eyes the MVP of this year. He will be a free agent, not in the NBA, but in terms of, his signature shoe line. He is with Converse currently. A lot of people probably feel like Converse, this is a 25-year-old superstar. I know he played for Oklahoma City, but I could see Jordan. I could see Nike. I could see, who knows, Puma. You see what Melo doing, but I don't know if he's going to go to Puma. I ain't going to listen. It's going to be crazy to see what happens with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Nonetheless, man, this guy is just he the truth and a half. He will be highly coveted. You're talking about a guy who possibly could look. Oklahoma City could very well make it to the conference finals. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but it could. So you're talking about a situation where he can go on a conference finals run, win the MVP award. He's going to be first team, such and such. Now you are talking about getting a lucrative offer. I point blank period, I'm looking at his shoes that came from Converse. Yeah, he has a signature shoe line, but come on, all signature shoe lines aren't equal. Now, as I'm looking at the shoes for him, it's not horrible, but are kids gonna walk in the store and buy these shoes? These are the questions that you got to ask yourself. And for a guy like Shai, who's averaging 30, you understand, this guy should be a sneaker selling machine. He should be a merch seller. He should be a guy where kids are flocking to get his new merchandise. This guy is shooting 54% from the field, shooting 36% from three, putting up 5 rebounds, also 6 assists. Oklahoma City is just, like I said, the truth and a half. Right now, the second in the West is they've been like pretty much ping pong, and they go from top, from number 1 to whatever, and they are going to be a threat. And this guy Shai is the number 1 option for this team. I know we get caught up with Chet Holmgren and all these other guys, but Shai is the driving force. Now, as I'm looking at him, it's tough to say where he's going to go. You even got to throw Antna out there. You got to throw if he signed with Converse, and I'm pretty sure he wasn't probably the most coveted. I think Shai's going to be coveted. There's reports right now that he is in conversations with multiple sneaker companies right now. Pardon me. So he's going to get a massive shoe deal. That's why I want to let everybody know. I'm just trying to brace everybody for when the reports come out that Shai signed for something crazy. They giving out lifetime deals and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that he deserved all that, but could I see Shai getting a Ja deal? Yeah. I mean, he's, like I said, I can see something like that. Him going over there with Nike. I see him really with Nike. Maybe I'm wrong, but or maybe Michael Jordan. I'm gonna say I can see Michael Jordan. He's been scouring a lot of these players, and Jordan to me, you have Zion, you have Luka. I could also see him going after a guy like Shai, because I think he will fit that line. I think wherever he goes is going to be a much more notable line. I didn't even know he was with Converse and he had a signature sneaker. I didn't even notice, because nobody's checking for Converses unless you're talking about the Chuck Taylors, and that's like, it's a market for that. I ain't going to sit up here and sugarcoat it or discredit it. But right now, to me personally, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander just needs to stay focused, continue to win for Oklahoma City, be that driving force, and I think everything else is going to take care of itself. Nobody expected this from this kid. When Shai was with the Clippers, I remember watching him. I seen talent there. I didn't see a #1 MVP caliber talent. Give credit to Sam Presti, and company, because they were flirting around about moving Shai Gilgeous at a point in time. It was a point in time where Shai wasn't the most, coveted, out there. He was more looking like food. And clearly they didn't jump the gun and move him for whatever they was going to get, which was probably going to be nothing. So give them props for standing pat with that guy. And sometimes that's what we got to do. Where everybody's looking for the quick fix. It's time for Oklahoma City to start winning. They got all these assets. They got all this, and this. I always envisioned if they did move on from Shai, which to me is their best player. Like I said, we get so caught up with these other people on the team. They got so much talent. But Shai is the #1 young player on this basketball team, and we make it seem like he was out of the timeline. Shai is 25 years old. He's right in here with these guys, and it's good that he's a little bit older, so he could take a little bit more of a lead, and they just need to continue to build. I don't think they desperately need to make a trade, but with all of these picks, all of this, that, and the third, you have Shai Gilgeous possibly being the MVP of the league. At what point does Sam Presti say, let's go all in now? You have the MVP. You had Russ, you had KD. It was times where you did not go all in. When it was time to re-sign Harden, you didn't want to go all in. You chose Ibaka. You wanted to save some money when you really should have kept all 4 of them. Because that's what was needed to win the championship. If they would have kept all 4, they would have got at least 1. And I'm here to tell you, with the future of the league being kind of so up in the air, LeBron and them, Curry and them looking like, 2 to 3 more years, if that, in terms of that dominant scare level, because even now they're #2, you got Minnesota and these teams hovering up the top. If they get matched up with one of these veteran teams, the people are going to pick the veteran team, so I think another 3 such and such years, if you were to trade for a major star now or later, you can accelerate the process and put yourself in line, to be that top team when all of the dust settles, when all of these other people are on their way out the door and gone. But nonetheless, Shai Gilgeous is going to make a splash in the sneaker market. And ladies and gentlemen, I cannot wait to see it. Nonetheless, it's Flight Sports TV. Shout out to Shai. He's him. Where is he going to go? Is he going to Adidas? Is he going to Nike? Is he going to Puma? Antler. Let me know where you see this. Where you see this all shaking. I'm a roll with Nike and Jordan. And if I had to make a clear cut here, I'm gonna go with Jordan. I'm gonna say that Jordan is gonna make him that third in line, and it fits what they're doing. Let me know your thoughts, and we're gonna break it all down. It's Flight Sports TV. Peace and love.